From when we drilled the bolt to clear the frame, you notice there's a little indentation there. That's pretty close to the center of the bolt. So we're just going to come in with some cobalt drill bits. They're very hard. And we will start out with a small drill. And we will come in and drill that out, and then we'll keep on increasing to a larger size to where we can get an easy out in there. We will heat this section of the case up, and then we will try to remove that broken bolt. So let's get started. We have somewhat of a medium-sized drill bit, and we're going to start out right in the center of that divot. We're going to use some cutting oil to keep the drill bit from getting hot and dulling. We don't want to case harden this bolt, so we're going to drill slowly and keep it lubricated with cutting oil. And let's get started. We want to try to keep the drill as level as possible. We don't want to be drilling into the threads or into the casting of the cylinder block. So we're going to be very careful to try to drill as straight as we can. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we don't drill too far. So we want to measure how far that hole is. Make sure we don't go too deep because we don't want to be puncturing through the back of the casting. So we have a ways to go, but we want to be very careful with that. Looks like we hit something down there, so that could be the end of the hole. So we're going to stop right here. And then we're going to try to drill that out a little larger. We have a drill bit a couple sizes larger, and we're going to re-drill that hole and enlarge it. And again, we're going to be cautious not to go too deep, and then we'll try to heat it up and use an easy out to remove the broken bolt. We're checking for a ridge inside of the hole. Looks like we've hit bottom on the second drill, so we don't have to go any deeper now. So let's go to a slightly larger. We want to try to remove as much of the broken bolt as we can. That will loosen some of the pressure of the expanding bolt on that hole. So we want to loosen that up so when we try to twist it, we won't break the easy out in the bolt, because if you do that, you're in big trouble. Easy outs are hardened steel, and you won't be able to drill the easy out. So you have to be very, very careful not to over torque the easy out, or you will break it off. And then you have to send it, and very expensive. They have to take use electrical charge to burn that easy out. Very expensive process. So we're going to be very careful. Again, we're checking for the lip down at the bottom of the hole, and there's still a little bit, you can feel the lip, so we can go a little deeper. We have the easy out inserted in the hole. We have a tap holder here, and the one thing we do not want to do is turn too tight, because then we'll snap that easy out. So we want to apply some heat and very gently turn. Okay, we're not moving very well, so I'm not going to risk breaking that easy out. So we're going to back it off, drill a little deeper, or drill a little larger. We've drilled the hole so large that the bolt is actually starting to peel out of the threads, so we can't twist it out. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to get a helicoil, and what you do is you re-drill this hole slightly larger, you thread it, and then you thread in a coil of wire, and then that recreates the thread. So we're going to go order a helicoil. We're going to drill this out. We're going to tap it for the helicoil, and then we're going to install the helicoil. We're going to revisit the broken bolt here. I've drilled most of it out, and I was going to do a helicoil. Before I do a helicoil, I have some left-handed drill bits. We're going to try to come in. If you look inside, you can still see there's some traces of the bolt still left in there. So we're going to take a left-handed drill bit, and we're going to try to use a left-handed drill bit to try to get that remaining bolt to twist out. So I'm going to heat it up with a torch, and then I'm going to try to use the left-handed drill bit to try to get that out. If it doesn't work, we'll still drill it out and do the helicoil. Okay, nope, it's not going to work. We're going to have to do the helicoil. First thing we're going to do is we now have the larger drill bit for the helicoil. We're going to drill this out. We're going to re-tap it for the helicoil, and then we're going to install the helicoil. It appears that we're drilling, the space is pretty even around the outside. So it looks like we're right on track. The bolt, the drill seems to be drilling right on center. So it looks to be okay. So we'll keep on drilling. And we're making good progress in the hole. It's looking even and well concentric. So if we take a depth reading, we have that much, and the helicoil is plenty long enough, so we have enough depth to thread and then put the helicoil in. So that's enough drilling for now. Let's go ahead and tap the hole now with the helicoil thread. We're now going to tap the hole that we just drilled out, and we want to try to start this tap as square as we can. And you want to keep on backing out the tap to clear the threads that you're cutting. And we want to use thread cutting oil . Off camera, I used the helicoil insert tool. Notice it has a little tang on there, and you put that on and then you screw that in, and then you take a break off tool and tap it, and it breaks off the little tang, and then I use my little owl to remove that. If you notice, you can see the helicoil has been installed. Let me go get a 10mm bolt and we'll see how it fits. Off camera, I used the helicoil insert tool. Notice it has a little tang on there, and you put that on and then you screw that in, and then you take a break off tool and tap it, and it breaks off the little tang, and then I use my little owl to remove that. If you notice, you can see the helicoil has been installed. Let me go get a 10mm bolt and we'll see how it fits. Now with the helicoil in, we're going to take the 10mm bolt and we're going to test out the helicoil. And there we go. We've hit bottom. Now we can remove the bolt. And that is the helicoil installed. Thanks for watching. I wanted to show you inserting the helicoil, but I wanted to do a test fit. Well, I got it in there and I couldn't get it out, and I didn't want to run the risk of damaging the helicoil. So I put it in there off camera.